The Phoenix and the Ashes. Long ago, in a realm where magic coursed through the air like the wind and the sun never truly set, there lived a phoenix, a bird of flame, rebirth, and legend. Her feathers were the color of molten gold, her eyes shimmering like amber. She was ancient, older than the mountains, and had lived countless lives. For each time she perished in flame, she would rise again from her own ashes, renewed and more powerful than before. But even for a creature of immortality, there was loneliness. The phoenix soared across the world, touching every mountain peak, every forest, and every ocean, yet she found no solace. Her eternal life, while magnificent, was filled with endless cycles of death and rebirth, and though she was revered, she was always alone. One day, after centuries of solitude, the phoenix flew to a forgotten desert, a place where no life had thrived for millennia. This desert, known as the Ashland, was a wasteland of dust and shadow, a land scorched by fire long ago. Here, in the heart of this desolation, the phoenix landed. It was there, in the center of the Ashland, that she saw something strange. Something that caught her breath. Amidst the ashen ground, there was a single green sprout, a fragile plant pushing through the dead earth. The phoenix, curious and drawn to this symbol of life in a place of death, perched beside the sprout. Her warmth, radiating from her fiery body, nurtured the tiny plant. Each day, she returned to the Ashland, shielding it from the cold winds and feeding it with the soft glow of her flames. Slowly, the sprout grew into a small, vibrant tree. Over time, the phoenix began to feel something unfamiliar. A sense of belonging. This tree, born from the ashes, became a companion. She sang to it in the evenings and rested beneath its leaves when the world felt heavy. And for the first time in her countless lives, the phoenix felt a kind of peace she had never known. But the phoenix knew her cycle. Every 1,000 years, she would burn, and from her ashes, she would rise again. This time, however, as the end of her cycle approached, she felt a great sorrow. She feared her flames would consume the tree she had come to love. One fateful day, the time for her rebirth arrived. The sky darkened, and the phoenix's body began to glow with an intense heat. Flames erupted around her as she soared into the sky. But as the flames reached their peak, something miraculous happened. The tree, now fully grown and strong, began to glow with a light of its own, a silver light that wrapped around the phoenix. The flames did not destroy the tree. Instead, they intertwined with it, and from their union, a burst of life and magic spread across the Ashland. The barren desert bloomed. Flowers of every color sprang from the ground, and rivers of light flowed through the once dead land. The phoenix descended, her flames now soft and gentle, and as she landed beside the tree, she realized she had changed. She was no longer alone. From her ashes and the tree's roots, something new had been born. Together, the phoenix and the tree had created a new life. A symbol of rebirth not just in fire, but in nature, in companionship. The once forgotten desert became a paradise, and the phoenix, once bound to an endless cycle of solitary rebirth, found a place to call home. And so, the phoenix lived, not just to rise from her own ashes, but to nurture life from the ashes of the world, forever accompanied by the tree that had bloomed in the heart of the Ashland. Subscribe the channel to get new story.